What's going on, everybody? It's your fave, and today we are going to be wrapping the 636. I got the stuff that I need. Everything's all set and ready to go, and the giveaway bike is going to look very different after this happens. So let's lock in, get it done. So this is a 2025 ZX6R 636. The first bolts that I took out were right here, and then there's some poppers on the inside right here that you're gonna wanna push through, and another one right here near the radiator, and you'll wanna pop that one through. If you're taking the whole cowl off, there's a bunch of poppers underneath, but I'm hoping to wrap the cowl on the bike, so I'm just looking to take off the side fairings, which piece 1, 2, and 3 are all kind of connected into each other one way or another. So what we're gonna do is I have it up on pit bull stands, and we're gonna take this popper, and there's one more popper right there. Once you push all of those through, we'll get this panel off, and then we can see some screws and stuff in there that we're working with. And so once you got all those poppers out and the one screw that's in there, you lift up and it slides right out. And that will give you access to another bolt right there, which is connected directly to the side fairing. And there's a little push bumper that's keeping that other silver plastic in, which is the one I'm trying to get to. We've got a screw right there in the bracket, and we may or may not need to take that off, but I think we will. And so now that we've taken this bolt out, I've also taken that screw out. We're gonna try to pull it this way and see if it disconnects from everything over there. And it looks like there is a grooved piece in there, so when you pull the fairing off, this way you wanna pull out, but this way you wanna slide, because you don't want that to snap, because that definitely locks it into place there. We'll mention that this piece was kind of like tucked in, so you wanted to pull that out. But this piece right here, the top of this fairing, when you get ready to remove it, push it in with your thumb a little bit to give it a little bit of flex, and that'll make it slide out easily without snapping. All right, and so looking around to get this side panel off, the one that I actually want to wrap, there's a bolt in here that I'm gonna have to unscrew, a nut right here that I'm gonna have to unscrew, and I think this whole piece of the cowl is connected, so that should all come off in one piece, which is actually reassuring for the wrap, because then the cowl for me wrapping is just gonna be this piece, and this is gonna be a part of this. So let's get it done. Okay, so in order to get this piece off, before we can pull this down, we're gonna lift the seat. So this piece separates from this piece without any bolts or anything. We're just gonna pull it this way, and then it's stuck on there with Velcro, and it has some more, I've been calling them like bumpers. So like it's got bumper bolts in there. And so as you're taking it off, once you pull a bumper out and you get ready to take another piece, make sure that you are sliding towards the tail as you are pulling your fairings out, because they all have the grooves that connect them into these spaces forward towards the nose of the bike. And it's very easy to pull on it and then just snap the piece off that's in the groove. And so now to pull this off from a side, the only thing I'm seeing left in there is another bump popper. So I'll pull that off, and then we'll see if there's any more screws and bolts that are holding it in. I've already pushed all the poppers from the inside of the fender that's holding the guard over here. So it should be able to just come out. All right, and so we got that gray fairing piece off. It is well worth noting that you want to undo these 3 poppers that are here, 1, 2, and 3, and flex this piece that the poppers are in, the fender guard, downward so that it allows this whole piece to release. But again, as you're taking it off, once you get the bumper poppers out, make sure that you slide forward at the location where the fairing meets the cowl, because if you don't slide forward, you could snap this piece by trying to pull it out. It has a groove in there that fits right in over there. So make sure that you're doing an outward pull with a forward release motion. And then I'll just unscrew. I might be able to leave this panel on, but I'm just going to disconnect the headlight, and then I'll just cut around it in the wrap. Okay, so next up, we're going to take off the front cowl. And to do that, we have to take out these 2 screws from the mirrors and these 4 bolts that are holding in the windscreen. And when you take the windshield out, you just slide it up after getting those screws off. And so I repeated the process from this side on this side. And so now the entire fairing kit is off. The bottom was very easy. It was just 2 bolts and then this bolt on both sides to get it off. It wasn't hard at all. Didn't have to do any like finagling with the parts to get it to come off. So we got a naked 636 right now. Yeah, and then I'm not gonna take the cowl off to wrap it. I'm gonna leave the cowl on, but I just unscrewed all of the screws so that I can wrap it on the bike. But there she goes. Nice and wrapped, ready to go.